Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of the Enthusiast Experiment. I'm your host Mike, and let's jump into it today. So this is a little bit different than the others. Alright. Oh, look at that nice long point there. May have already spoiled it. Yep, there it is. It is a mini jumbo from the California Republic. The Spangle with an eraser. Check that out. Nice big fat lead core. Good lord. Eraser, pretty nice attached, gold. I got the packaging, let's get that out of the way because it's pretty simple, but I want to show it to you anyways. And then we can move on to the actual review. I have used a couple of these, so it's a little bit hard to hold and show you this, but they come in this little cardboard sleeve here. Can't even really get that all on the camera. There you go. And you can see it holds the 12 pencils. Nothing on the side, and nothing on that side. And then you can see made in Thailand, imported by the California Republic Stationers and Stockton, California, pencils.com, and this is a number 2 or HB pencil. And then a quick look at the front there, and then we can get this out of the way. Cool. And like I said, comes with 12. I've used a few of these, so it's a little bit loose and rattly right now. But not a big deal. Boom. And before I get into it, I have to give a shout out to this guy again. If you haven't watched the video on this, I highly recommend that you do. It's the Deli Sharpener, and this is the 0668. It's the old-time Sweet Memories camera, but it's big enough to fit these large pencils. I did not have a pencil sharpener that could do that until I got this guy, and it gives it a... I've used this actually, and it's still that long, but it gives it a wicked point. So these jumbo pencils just look really beautiful coming out of that sharpener. So shout out to Deli. Pick one up for yourself. They also sharpen regular pencils in a pretty decent long point as well. Not as wicked as this, but still pretty good. So it is the Minnow Jumbo round pencil. The lead is a graphite HB, as you just saw a moment ago. The wood is a basswood, so you could see there a little bit lighter than a typical, cedar. The body is round. It's blue with some white lettering, which you can see here. Pretty clean design. It does not have anything other than that. The ferrule is a gold or brass. I'll let you decide. It's kind of depending on the light for me. It goes back and forth, but really nice. And then the eraser is that pink orange almost. But again, I guess that kind of depends on the light. And the price is $4.75 for a 12-pack, so not too terribly expensive there if you want to pick some up. And they originate out of Thailand, which we just saw. Erase test, laid down a little bit of graphite, erased with the included eraser. Did a pretty good job. Smudge test, laid down test and smudged. Not the best. And the shading test just laid down from dark to light there, a little bit of graphite to see how that performed. So let's get into some of the pros. The price is pretty good, not too shabby, and it doesn't scare you away from picking up a set to try out for yourself. I like the larger size. I haven't really written with mini jumbo or mini jumbo pencils yet, so this is one of the first, and really enjoyed it. It's a nice break and gives your hand a little bit more of a rest when you're used to writing with, I guess, quote-unquote normal-sized pencils. So that's kind of fun. Good to put into your rotation if you want. And again, looks wicked when sharpened with the Deli Sharpener, so again, a shout out to the Sweet Memory Sharpener here. It does a really great job of sharpening up this mini jumbo pencil. Erasability did actually a really good job, so laying down the line there and using the eraser did a pretty good job of getting rid of it, so that gives me confidence in using this included eraser when I do write with it. And the large core, again, I mean, this is just massive, massive, massive core. That's cool. I dig it. Just this view alone is worth buying this pencil for. So some of the cons, the smudge test, again, I really wish it had done better in this test, but it's not terrible. This isn't supposed to be like an end-all be-all pencil, but if this performed a little better, I think it would be pretty close. Lack of tonal variety in the shade test, so it did a pretty good job, but you could definitely tell it's more towards those darker and medium dark tones. But that's okay. It's not terrible as long as you're using it, for writing, or if you need these tones out of the pencil. And the graphite is a tad bit scratchy in some places. So there are parts of when I'm writing with this pencil where it's actually really, really smooth and dark. And then it gets to points in the graphite where it gets a little bit scratchy, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with on some of those cheaper cord pencils. I guess the clay mixture is a little bit different, and you get to points that are a little bit scratchy. You write through those, and then it gets to being really smooth again. So not terrible in a pencil of this price quality, but again, it's just one of those little inconsistencies that kind of drags down the awesomeness of this pencil. Makes it a little unfortunate, but that's okay. Now it's time to see how it does here. Let's just rate Spangle HB. Let's see how it does to these guys. Not too bad. So, looks just a hair darker maybe than the Baron Fig. Definitely darker than Ticonderoga, but not as dark as, again, a lot of these Japanese HBs. And then we'll zoom out just a little bit here so you could see kind of comparatively to the other ones. But pretty cool little pencil, especially if you're dabbling into the jumbo or mini jumbo type pencils. Just make sure you have a sharpener that can accommodate the larger diameter. Again, if you're looking for a new sharpener, this guy's pretty cool. I will have some sharpener videos coming up in the near future. Just trying to get a few and put them through their paces so I can give you guys an accurate review and recommendation on which one I think is worth picking up. But in the meantime, I just want to thank you all for stopping by. I would really appreciate if you like, shared, and subscribed so we can grow this channel together. And until we meet again, have a great day.